Rory and Maul's numbers dying down quick.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not as much as they used to, but I mean, if they can maintain that 240,000, 230,000, you feel me? That's still not bad.
Is that what they're getting nowadays?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
that's
think
still
that's
pretty
bad.
good. Nah,
Yeah,
that's still pretty good.
because I don't watch on there. I listen.
Yeah. When I looked, it was like 100 something, but I might have just looked too early.
Yeah, you probably looked too early, bro. That's all that was.
Definitely
Yeah.
on twos.
Yep. 250s. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not bad at all, bro.
It's still dying down
Yeah, it's not
from
like
500.
ideal. Yeah, from 500 to yeah, for sure. But I'm just like, if you're doing 250 a week, you still getting over a million just on your YouTube views. You got to think if you're getting a million on YouTube views, you're probably getting 500,000 or 400,000 on all the audio streams. So I mean, you're still getting over a million and a half impressions just off views. I mean, you could still make a sizable income off that.
I hope they can keep it up.
That's brilliant idiot numbers for real on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%, bro. All right, what's the first topic?
First topic. You want to get your shit off, Dill?
What was my shit?
MJ?
Oh yeah, like so I guess the question started with, is MJ bigger than Drake, or is Drake bigger than MJ? That's like the trending
Okay.
topic.
Okay. Yeah, that is. I feel like the
I mean,
answer's obvious.
Yeah, hell no.
yeah, like people say it's obvious, bro, but I think like, I mean, it's obvious to me as well, but like I think it's because like he's got more billboards now, or billboard hits.
Is that what they were using back then to measure?
No.
Were
Yeah.
they not?
No.
Is is billboard new?
I
It's
mean,
nothing that could have been
I
counting
don't
like
think
the way
billboard,
they count now.
the billboard's just not new. They've been using that forever.
Yeah, but if Michael Jackson sold 100 million records, like how could that even be something ain't the same?
They just recently changed the billboard, John, to affect the streaming numbers, like not too long ago. But billboard's been around since like 1940, 50, because
Anybody
they
that
was
sell
using
over
that shit for like
100,
Motown.
anybody that sell over 100 million hard copies, sorry, not sorry. You ain't in this man's stratosphere.
I wonder where you'd have to go in the world to say Michael Jackson in that language, and for somebody to be like, "Who?"
Exactly. You have to go to the Amazon rainforest to
Right.
uncontacted tribes. That shit ain't happening.
Dude, I think there's a strong argument to say Michael Jackson's like the biggest celebrity ever. It's like I got him over Michael Jordan,
For
For
sure.
sure.
For sure.
and then
For
like I'd
sure.
have him. I guess like you can compare to the Beatles, but I got him over the Beatles as far as longevity.
I mean, I don't know any Beatles songs, so I'm gonna
That's
go
what I'm
with the
saying. I
Jackson.
mean,
I
you're kind of in the minority on that, but
yeah.
I
still,
doubt it. I
you
doubt
are
it.
for sure. You're definitely in
Maybe
the
my
minority on
race
that.
might be in the minority, but yeah, I don't
People
know
know the
too many
Beatles songs, bro. Like the
people
Beatles
know the
songs aren't
Beatles.
like,
I don't know any Beatles songs. I know the Beatles. I know the picture. I don't. I know Paul McCartney was a
bro.
Beatle, right?
Yeah, John Lennon.
And Paul McCartney and John Lennon. That's it. You know the other
Well,
Beatles?
I'm glad I just found my fucking sleeper. Ringo Starr.
What's the other? What's two more? Who are they?
Nah, it's only one more, and I don't know the fourth guy honestly. I don't
Yeah,
have a
they
fucking
ain't that
shot.
big.
So that's four people. A
Look,
lot to remember, there,
look,
bro.
look, look, my man Dexter. I'm with you, John. Who are the Beatles? I don't know those guys. You know them, Flop? You know all
I don't
four?
know. I can't think of the last person's name.
They not
I
that
can't think of the
popping.
last one either. I can't think of the last one either.
They ain't
I'm
that
not sure.
popping.
Oh, super easy. George Harrison.
You don't
George
know George
Harrison.
Harrison.
George
Come on.
Harrison's
That was
famous
his
as
Fucking
fucking
fuck.
George
play.
Harrison.
Yeah, George Harrison is legit famous.
What does George Harrison do? What was his? What did he add to the group?
I have no idea. I don't know, bro.
Exactly,
But the Beatles as
exactly,
a group were pretty
exactly.
fucking famous.
Yeah, but you don't know who sings what part. It's not that deep. Like it
Huh?
ain't like that.
No, I
I'm
think
playing some Beatles by
That's cool.
myself.
I tried to listen to the Beatles. I was like, this ain't it.
Let her be.
This this ain't it. I'm like, where the
Hey
hits at?
Jude. You've never heard Hey
Hey
Jude?
Jude,
That's
come
George
on,
Harrison.
bro.
How Hey Jude go, Dill?
Hey Jude, just so fuck like that. Literally goes like that.
That is in the song.
Hey Jude.
How the fuck that shit go, dude? Y'all don't know the fucking Beatles.
That shit's literally Hey Jude.
Nobody ever heard Hey Jude.
Dude, it's a
Everybody-
beautiful song.
Nobody that listens to this podcast heard Hey Jude.
Oh, I guarantee 80% of the people that have heard this podcast know Hey
If you're
Jude.
white,
I'm
you know
just
the
popping
Beatles.
shit. I'm popping
If
shit.
you're white,
but
you know the Beatles for sure.
The Beatles ain't fucking with Michael Jackson at all.
Yeah, but did the Beatles fuck little kids? That's a question too.
Ooh.
I don't know. Does Michael Jackson? You can't make claims without proof.
That's true.
Sleep in the
Hey,
same bed with little kids.
I don't want to get into this again. I still got trauma. from
Never heard
yesterday.
of it. Nobody heard Hey Jude.
Bro, people know Hey Jude. People know the Beatles. The Beatles are icons. Probably the most famous band ever. Michael Jackson might be the biggest celebrity ever. I could give him credit for that, but he was a fucking weirdo. Big time weirdo.
Where do
He
you
made
put
amazing
Prince?
music? Huh?
Where do you put Prince?
I'm not a fan of Prince.
I know.
I think Prince is corny.
A couple Prince songs, but Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson.
I think Prince might be like one of the most overrated artists that like people give credit to. He's like not that good.
Dude could play like every instrument there
Yeah, I
is.
was about to say I wouldn't say overrated, but I just haven't dove into his catalog enough.
Dude,
If I want to see
Seventeen.
somebody go play instruments, I'll go to fucking the band room, dog. I don't give a fuck about that. His songs was corny.
If we're going by, Prince had sex with like every lady in the world. I don't think he was corny. Like,
Wow, is that how you like judge like how good his songs were? Jesus.
I think that's what we
Christ,
do with artists. When we call them
What,
corny, we think
how many Johns they could fuck?
I'm pretty sure he had good songs.
I mean, he's got a few, but
He
they're not
probably
that
got.
good. I mean,
he probably got more slappers than the Beatles.
bro, no, Prince does. Dog, I just went through his catalog not too long ago. He does not. He's like, yeah, Prince doesn't really have songs like that. He's got like very
Wow.
few like good songs.
Nah, the people love Prince. Like just because he
When's the
wasn't.
last time you listened to
generation-
a Prince song, bro?
I just said we wasn't. I wasn't born in that generation, so I don't know. But there are people that live by like he's the greatest. Like people put him over Mike Jack. So if people do that, I'm not about to question it. I just don't know that era. So I respect the older heads' opinions, but I just don't know that.
the thing about Prince
Go
is
ahead, bro.
the thing about Prince is he used to make every single part of his song, right? He would play every single instrumental, and then he would sing over it. It's
Right.
Nobody was doing shit like that.
Good for him. So you think JD could beat Puffy as well because he writes the song and plays the instrumentals. So he's got a better catalog. Is that
I
how
don't
you
think
measure
that's
it?
the same thing.
It's the same correlation, dog. Just because he
We're
does a
talking
lot
about
more on the
better
song
artists.
doesn't mean he makes good songs because he does a lot on the songs. I don't give a fuck.
I heard his
Song's
live
not that
performance is amazing too.
You heard what?
His live performance is amazing. Like you said, he plays all the instruments, so he does all that shit. I mean,
If y'all can name 5 Prince songs right now, I'm pussy.
name 5 Beatles songs. Oh, all right. You fuck with no Mike Jack. Stop. Stop.
How you flip that? You was just boosting Prince
That's
both of
where
y'all,
we
dog.
started.
Can't even
You
name
just
3.
brought Prince in. Prince an innocent bystander. You bring him in to get.
I didn't know.
set him
Flock
straight.
brung Prince in. Flock brung Prince in. I ain't got
But
nothing
my
for
knowledge of an artist isn't indicative of the greater world's views on an artist, right? I can't say that just because I know something or another that that's how everybody else feels too. That's pretty like self-centered, don't you think?
We for sure all heard Purple Rain. If anything,
Easy.
I said name 5, and he put 2 in the comments. People don't know his fucking songs like that. That's what I'm saying. People don't know Prince's songs like that. He's like somebody
people
that was
don't
like
know
Graham.
the Beatles songs.
People know the Beatles songs,
You
bro.
can't
Yes, they
name
do.
3.
Yes,
I'll
they
take it down to
do.
3.
Yes, they do.
Name 3, Dill.
I haven't listened to Beatles in like a year, bro. I went through that.
But
phase
if they're
already.
so big and iconic, like you would know something. You would
There's
name.
a lot
You
of
would
people
know
that's big.
these songs.
Motherfucker, I couldn't name 3 Mariah Carey songs off the top of my head. Does that mean the bitch ain't an icon?
Here Comes the Sun, Come Together, Let It Be.
I mean, you
Obviously,
could name
Hey
songs
Jude.
with Meek. You could name like "Shake It Off." Like you can
Yes,
name whatever
right.
with Mariah Carey. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. We
Right,
know
that's-
the Mariah Carey songs.
That's why I feel like the whole name their song thing's irrelevant because it doesn't mean much.
Mm-mm.
But when you look at the Beatles and when they were doing world tours, and I don't know, I would be curious to know who got more people out at shows,
Mike Jackson.
or Jackson.
Michael Jackson. I don't know too many
Not-
people dressing like the Beatles, making a
Oh,
living off of it.
The
People,
Beatles started like a whole fucking trend of like how to dress. They bring the whole European trend to America.
yeah.
What, bell bottoms?
Bell bottoms, that
Michael
same little
Jackson had
haircut they
people
had, like
doing
that type shit.
moonwalks, wearing glitter gloves. Michael Jackson
Nobody
is
was wearing no glitter gloves.
stop it. See, this is
I'm not.
why our generation they call us ignorant. Nobody
I'm not
was wearing glitter
arguing that.
gloves.
Like
That's the
I
fuck they
already,
was.
I already said, Michael Jackson's probably the biggest celebrity ever. More power to him. Does
Yeah.
he get an excuse for being mad weird though?
Why we talking about music?
I'm not.
Yeah,
Why,
calling
why
him-
does that
I'm
always
saying
have
he's
to come
weird.
into it?
I'm saying he's weird.
But why does that have to come into it when we
Why
talk?
motherfuckers
artists.
be so quick to say we talking about music and the talent for Michael Jackson, but with R. Kelly he got canceled altogether.
But he made great music too.
All right, so let's keep listening to him.
I didn't stop.
Oh shit! Oh,
Oh shit! Oh
that's a
shit!
sound bite. That's a sound bite.
Hey, I didn't stop.
That
are we
was
bringing those
on
intros back, Dill, where you put something at the start of the pod?
I didn't stop. Like,
you still listening to Kelly?
why not?
Okay, good for you. I mean, I don't.
I'm not saying free R. Kelly, but if he's on a song with Big, I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna listen to.
So, all right, so where's the line drawn then?
I would
Is
say,
there anything an artist could do that you would be like, no, I'm not listening to him anymore?
yeah.
It's
Like
not child
what
molestation.
did R. Kelly do? What did R. Kelly do?
R. Kelly fucked a 14-year-old and then pissed on her
Okay,
on camera.
It's
That's pretty.
okay.
all right.
Yeah, that's pretty
okay.
nasty to me.
You knew that though before, and you were still listening to R. Kelly.
I ain't know nothing about none of that shit.
Stop it, man.
I
Stop
ain't know
it.
nothing about none of that.
Everybody was listening to R. Kelly until I guess recently when everybody knew that though. So for
We
people to
ain't know R. Kelly was
people
grooming-
were singing "Braid My Hair." Like, stop! Everybody knew
Bro,
this stuff. People
I
were
didn't even
singing
know he sung
"Ignition,"
Braid My
knowing
Hair.
this stuff.
I thought
Huh?
that was Mario. Didn't even know he sung "Brave My Hair." That's crazy.
Maybe it was Mario.
Bro, we did not know he was.
Everybody was
know he-
singing "Ignition."
Bro, we didn't know he kept a stable of bitches in his crib, locked up. They couldn't use the bathroom and freaky shit like that. Nobody knew that. We didn't know that.
The radio
did not know
stations.
that.
You don't think BET knew what was going on?
I know a lot of people thought that. Like, I know a lot of people knew that Dame Dash and R. Kelly was fucking Aaliyah when she was like 16. That's nasty as shit, huh?
Yeah.
What about Hov
14,
there?
15.
What about
Foxy
Hov?
Brown.
Don't do this, Flop.
Foxy Brown and shit.
Don't do this, Flop. Your favorite rapper was sitting on a pregnant woman's chest or bellies.
Her chest.
But Joe
Her
Joe
chest.
Budden said, I sat on her titties, not her belly. What?
So if we got to get Joe out of here, we got to get Hov out of here.
Why we gotta get Hov out of here?
As long as me can stay.
Well, Academics got a video of Meek, don't he?
What?
He got a what?
Academics was talking about he has a video of Meek beating up a woman.
I
I ain't see that.
bitch, dog. Yeah,
I ain't
show
see
me
that.
the video he beat a bitch up. I'll stop listening to him. I'm
Yeah,
all
for
about
real?
proof. If you beat girls up, I'm not listening to you, dog. I'm not in on that. I don't. Yeah, unless she was asking for it. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow.
Unless she had it coming.
But she had to come. I got a lot of trouble for that.
So what-
comment.
So when is the line when it comes to artists though? Like when is it that you stop listening to an artist?
Rape,
I'm off R.
child
Kelly.
molestation, women beating, child neglect. I'd say like those probably four. But at the same time, I listen to murderers every day. So I mean,
I would rank child molestation and beating women worse than murderers. As strange as that sounds, but
no, I would too, 100%.
especially given the context of the murders that have taken place.
So you guys don't think it's weird at all that Michael Jackson admitted on camera that he shares his bed with hundreds of kids?
I don't listen to Michael Jackson like that. I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to lie.
I still listen to Michael. I'm not gonna lie.
So why
Will
not
Rock
listen
with
to
Me,
R.
John?
Kelly?
I love that song because like Michael was mad, weird, and like nasty, but I don't necessarily know if he was fucking the babies.
He was sleeping in the bed with him though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
really nasty on the parents' part as well. Not the victim blame, but I don't know.
those dang kids should have known better.
Those goddamn
I'm
kids should have known
pretty sure
better when
we
they're
found out
making a wish.
a bunch of the artists from back then. We would find out a lot of crazy shit if shit came out. I remember. I think I've heard things about Marvin Gaye. I've heard things about Teddy P. I'm not sure about different genre artists, but I know
Dude,
we know for a fact wild shit was going on.
What happened with Marvin
Elvis
Gaye?
Presley was like fucking kids.
I think he was hitting his girl or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember if that was him or Teddy P. Teddy P might have been messing with trans women. I can't remember. Some wild
What's
shit.
wrong with that?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it, but I'm like, once you hear about artists, it's just like, all right, so you just about to stop listening to them?
Marvin Gaye's the one that got killed
His dad.
by his dad. I thought he got killed because he was gay.
Marvin Gaye too. Marvin Gaye got killed by his dad?
I thought so.
That's what I thought.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he got killed by his dad because he was gay.
that's what I thought as well.
Oh, nice, man. We're on the same page here. I was like, thought I was pulling it from the air there for a second. Nah, dude. Chris Brown really bounced back from beating up Rihanna. I guess that's like one of those situations where I was saying like, yo, she had it coming. Like people didn't really care because they was rumbling and shit, and he whooped her ass. Like people don't give a fuck about that.
People will put
people pick and choose when they want to cancel somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And people still listen to Chris Brown. Still love his voice. Probably would have been the biggest star if that shit never happened too. But
he can dance his ass off too.
Yeah.
Everybody's just dancing up a storm, dog. That's why his hands is good, dog. He's probably dodging all around his punches, going crazy, dog. He beat her ass too. That was a fucked up picture.
Well, shit was fucked up.
You're like, yo, if you're ASAP Rocky, do you double back and beat Chris Brown up?
I don't know if you could.
I don't. Nah.
So say you dating a new John and you know her ex used to beat the shit out of her. And you seen pictures and shit, and then you bounce into the ex at like a bar or something. I feel like I might try him.
What you get out of that?
I don't know, bro. I feel like maybe I would just be upset, and be like, yeah, like you mad pussy.
Yeah, and what would your girl get out of that?
Like test him a little bit.
Would your girl be better if that happened?
Yeah, wouldn't she?
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that might just resurface it all for her.
Yeah, I was about to say, it'd probably bring back everything that she probably got over by the time she was with the next person.
Plus, now you're acting violent like her ex. Want to know what that's going to do for y'all's relationship?
Yeah, I don't really care what y'all talking about. I feel like that shit would be a good John.
I don't know. I don't see what the production is in that, or how that's productive.
Yeah.
That's like saying you gonna whoop a dad ass for whooping a woman or something while she was a child.
Yeah, but if I was married and I found out like her uncle used to abuse her or something when they were kids, like I might be liable to beat the uncle up.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm mad at you for that take, like, because I would have those same feelings. I'm not saying I wouldn't feel the same way, because I would want to be on the defensive, and some of my feelings might come into play as well.
The feeling, but then there's the action.
Right.
Are you going to take the action?
I'm just saying it's really easy to speak ideally, like what I would do, but
right
in that situation, even as illogical as it sounds, I can agree with what Dill's saying. I would want to do something.
Want to. You want to do a lot of shit, but logic be like, all right, let me chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So, more of the story, Drake isn't fucking with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, more.
And stop saying that dumbass.
Michael Jackson's a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo, but Drake isn't fucking with him. Dude, Dex is in the comments heavy. Shout out to Dex. I was on his podcast last night. They made me the token white, but I had a ball. Good times.
Shout out to that.
Pro Talk Live.
So Your best friend is married to your wife's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Here we
Since
go.
we're here, since we're on this relationship shit, right? Your best friend is married to your wife's best friend, and your wife's best friend is cheating. So the girl in the other relationship is cheating. Do you tell your best friend that your wife's best friend is cheating on him?
Absolutely.
Quickly?
How do you find out
Well,
that she's cheating?
Your wife tells you.
Oh, so
I
you're
feel
putting your
like
wife in a
that's the green
compromising
light.
situation.
Wait, I didn't hear y'all.
I said I feel like that's the green light.
You got
What if she tells you not to tell?
She shouldn't have told me.
Pretty much.
If
Yeah.
my wife's best friend, like I got
Yeah.
no loyalty to my wife's best friend. I have no loyalty to her. The only compromising situation would be if my wife was like, "Yo, this is gonna fuck up my friendship with her," and I'm gonna say, "Yo,
Yeah.
you should have thought about that before you told me." Like
So
I
you
don't know
would
nothing
put.
about that. Would
Go
I
ahead,
put
my
my
bad.
wife in a compromising situation? I put my wife in a compromising situation before I let my best friend just get be out here just getting cheated on, like a nut.
Really? You say you would put your wife in a compromising situation before you let your friend be cheated on.
I will 100% jeopardize my wife's friendship with her best friend before I let my buddy just get cheated on by his fucking wife. Like, because who
Mm.
knows what she's doing, dog? She could just be cheating on him. Maybe it's not a one-time thing. Maybe she's looking for an out, so she's just going to cheat on him and then beat him in the long term. Like, it could be a bunch of different shit. And then he's like, now I got to worry about how he's going to react when he finds out if it keeps going. And it's mad different shit. I'm for sure telling it.
And then the
It wouldn't even be a
hypothetical
thought.
of the friend, like, oh, you knew? You knew about that shit?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
Now
like
he lost his wife and you lost your friendship.
Yeah. Me and him have already had that conversation. Like, if this was to happen, because it's in that show I was telling y'all about, A Marriage Story, or Scenes from a Marriage
mhm.
on HBO, and the dude doesn't tell his
Damn.
friend, and then when the friend finds out, he's like, "Fuck you for not telling me."
Pretty much.
And I would
Yeah.
feel the same way. We have an agreement, like, hey, if you tell me, which I think we're probably going to tell each other, I'm texting my friend right away.
Yeah.
Or
I don't
calling.
know how I would say it, but I would definitely be like, you would have to let that out the bag.
Yeah.
That's not something you could just hold, like, especially if they think they in a happy relationship. That's probably even worse.
Oh, facts.
And then don't let them be on, like, man, I'm tired of this, da da da. And you just want to let that shit, oh, man, she cheating on you, bro. But is there a scenario where the friend could get mad at you, like, nah, it's no way? And that blows up.
Yeah, I think you would have to risk that. I would probably say anyway, even if I thought he was going to deny it, I'd be like, well, at least I told you.
Right. It won't be sitting on your conscience.
Yeah.
Dude, so but what if it was opposite the John, like your friend? All right, so like if you know your best friend's cheating, do you tell your wife about it? Is there no secrets in marriage? Can I keep some shit to myself?
See, I think that's a really good topic. I think you need to be able to keep things to yourself. Like, if you don't have the space to be your own separate person, then that's dangerous. But if you're keeping a secret that needs to be shared, then I don't think that's good.
Well, how do you know what needs to be shared though? Like, all right, so if it's my wife's best friend, but I don't tell my wife, it's not hurting my wife because she's not in the know about it, so she don't got it on her conscience. Like, only person that's really fucking up is me because I got to keep it like to myself.
I'd probably tell my wife. I mean, I'm definitely telling.
Let's take it a step further.
Remind me not to cheat around you, huh?
Don't cheat around me, dog. Don't loop me into that.
Let's take it a step further. If your wife's husband or whatever, your wife's best friend's husband, y'all not friends, y'all know nothing, you just know him, y'all go on double dates, blah blah blah. But one day you out at the bar with your boys and you see him with another chick. Are you telling your wife?
Am I telling my wife that I saw my friend cheating?
No. Are you telling your wife
So
that
you're
you
not
seen her?
friends, so
best
it's like,
friend? Are you
So
telling
you
your
know her
wife
best
her
friend.
best friend is getting cheated on?
Am I telling on my friend? Ooh.
No. This
No, it's
isn't your
not your
friend.
friend.
This
Oh.
You
isn't
don't
your
even
friend.
know the
You
boy.
just know the husband. You just
Oh.
know the husband. Y'all just go on
Yeah.
double dates occasionally.
Yeah, I think
mean,
I'm
I'm
snitching
a,
on that one too.
I'm
And
a
he
tell.
sees you like, yo, bro, I know we ain't like that, but hold me down.
No, I'm not holding you down.
Look at
No,
Johnny.
hold shit down. Hold shit down.
He's like, yo, hold it down for me, bro.
I honestly think that's where this whole like holding shit down, you got to live by the code shit is pretty whack, because I think then you're being honestly just being a worse person. Like,
I might mind my business on that and act like I didn't see him.
It's other people's marriage your business?
well, I'm not saying that I'm going to tell the other person. I'm going to talk to my wife about it if I feel like it.
Okay. I respect that.
Especially if she were to ask me, like, "Hey, do you think anything's going on there?"
And then you go,
I'm not gonna
actually,
lie
I
for
saw
you.
them 2 weeks ago at the bar.
Yeah, I might not just come out and say it, but if she asks me, I'm not going to. Now I'm not going to lie because you're an asshole. Like, that wouldn't make any sense.
That's kind of like an unspoken rule, though. Like,
What?
like if your friends bring their girl around you, like your friends aren't supposed to like necessarily like if my buddy brings his girl around me, then like my buddy's not supposed to bring his side Johns around me as well. Like you feel me? Like don't put me in a spot to where I got to be buddy with your girl and then also see you cheat on her right in front of my face, and then I got to be buddy with her again like a week later. That shit's weird. Like I don't want to be in that spot. I'm not gonna tell on you because like that's rules to the game, but like it's also like come on, dog. I'm more so shame my friend about it like while he's doing it. Like yeah, you a fucking nut, dog. What your stupid ass doing, dog? Fuck is wrong with you? But I'm not telling.
What if you were asked?
Asked about what?
If you were asked if you know anything by your wife or your partner,
No, I don't.
you would lie for him?
Yeah. Yep. Because I got nothing to gain or lose from that.
I'm just thinking about my primary relationship with my wife. Like, that's the
Because it's not my wife's business though if my friend's cheating on his wife.
right,
Like,
but it's the
what is my
aspect
wife?
of me lying.
I would probably play it off and say I don't know. I don't. Maybe it is lying. I don't give a fuck, dog. Like no, I wouldn't do it. I like yeah, I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. If my buddy's cheating on his wife, I'm not gonna be the one to expose him. I will give him a lecture or like a guilt trip or whatnot. But I'm definitely not gonna be the one to start like tattling on him. Like ew. No, that's none of my business. That shit don't have no direct effect on my life at all.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself putting myself in that position to ruin. I mean, maybe the marriage is already ruined, but putting the icing on the cake, like being the reason, like, oh yeah, he's getting cheated on, she's getting cheated on.
In my views, I'm not the reason. That dude's the reason, or that girl's the reason.
And that might be fucked up, but yeah, I just couldn't. I would. Yeah, that would just feel crazy doing that.
Yeah, like yo, did you know so and so was cheating, sneaking around? Come on, dog. No, the fuck.
Right, I'm not just gonna. I don't think I'd come out and say it, but if somebody asked me, again, I'm not lying.
You ever see that Cameron interview?
You mad?
Nah, don't worry. It don't matter if it's a serial killer next to me. I'm keeping that shit to myself.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's stupid.
Do you get? Is it a good thing or a bad thing to get close to the friends of your significant other?
How serious is the relationship?
I mean, okay, let's just say a marriage.
Yeah, like if my buddy's married, or like even if he's dating and he keeps bringing his girl around, then I'm assuming that he wants us to be friends with his girl.
No. I'm saying like your significant other.
Oh, so like, do I want my girl to be friends with like? Do I want my girl to be friends with my friends?
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yes.
Yes, to an extent. Like I want her to be friends to like she feels comfortable at the party and she can chop it up. I don't want her to be friends to the extent of like she wants to hang out with my friends every time I hang out with my friends now, dog. Because I need my friend time as well.
That's a good point.
Barred that one up, huh?
I respect that.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
I think I see a lot of people feel like once you're with another person, you have to be completely enmeshed with them. You have to do everything together. Like if you hang out with somebody, you have to do it together. You guys have to feel all the same things, think all the same things, like all the same things. I think that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lose
I don't want
yourself.
my girl to be like, yeah, I don't want my girl to be like coming golfing with me and me and my golf buddies and shit. Like, yeah, if I'm having a cookout, I want her to be comfortable enough to sit at the table and like play Uno and shit and chop it up, catch up and whatnot. But if I'm like, yo, I'm about to go meet John at the bar, she's not gonna be like, oh, I want to see John too. Let's catch. Like, I'm coming like maybe like once every like 3 or 4 times, but like I also need like my own buddy time as well.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, same. I'm not gonna
Would
intrude
you
on girls'
feel
night
some
every time we
type
go
of
out.
way if the significant other kept you separate?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
Is it like a are you sneaking feeling, or is it just like a damn what you don't want me around your friends feeling? Like, what you think that is?
I don't know, cause I would be the same way too. Like I wouldn't want my girl to be like try to come out with me every time I go hang out with my buddies, but like I would want her to feel like she's welcome if she wanted to.
Right. I could agree with that.
Yeah, that hiding thing. What was the word you used? Was it hiding? If she was keeping you separate? Is that what
Yeah.
it
Do
was?
you feel like she's hiding or being sneaky? Like, you think something would be wrong if it was just like, nah, you can't ever come around. Like, nah, you won't. Or she just plays it off like, nah, you won't like them, or they're not your crowd, or some shit like that. Whatever.
Yeah, I'd probably start being like, are you being sneaky? Are you hanging out with somebody different? Or like my self-conscious self would kick in and be like,
Do you
what's up?
like?
Am I just a weirdo?
Do you,
You
do
think I'm
you
ugly?
verbalize that, or are you thinking that though? Like, do you verbalize that to her, or would you think that to
I'm gonna
yourself?
verbalize that.
Okay.
I've been in relationships where the other person can't talk, and that shit is whack.
Mm.
If you can't communicate, don't even. That's a bar. That's a minimum bar you've got to meet. Is just communication.
Right. I feel that.
What else we got?
Like, are you up to date on that missing person thing?
Maybe like 15-20%. I know. I've seen her picture. I thought she was found dead, right?
Yeah.
No, you have to loop me in.
Stall for me, buddy. I got to do something real quick.
Well, what are they? I've heard they're a YouTube.
Oh, so
couple.
basically, look, yeah. So it's mad interesting, dog. Like, so like if you would think about it, like, so basically, I think they were engaged at the time. They've been dating. She's been living at his parents' house with her in Florida. And what they did was they kind of saved up some money and they started to do that. And it's cool too, yo. Johnny said tag me in. It's cool, but like basically what they did, they saved up their money and they wanted to start like a blog. So they were going to do like YouTube content and blog the content as they travel out west and do like a bunch of road trips and whatnot. And the crazy thing is, like, if you watch the YouTube videos and whatnot, like it seems like they're like a cool, like loving couple. And turns out like he was a fucking sicko, dog. So they went out west and they had a domestic dispute. Somebody saw him slapping her up. Cops came out and he said that she was kind of crazy. He never slapped her, so and so. They separated him, let him go. And sure enough, he ended up bodying her. Well, that's what it seems like. Bodied her, drove back to Florida, lawyered up, and then dipped.
Damn, I did hear the tape. And I did see like the YouTube backlash of like how I guess she was being perceived, and I guess it was like this is just a domestic dispute between a couple. So I guess the police didn't take it serious to an extent. I'm not, like I said, I'm not too caught up on it. I just seen like tweets and highlights of what happened, and I guess they found the remains, and now they say he's just gone in the wind at the moment. I really don't know anything really about the story.
Yeah, me neither. Sounds nasty.
Yeah.
Em was telling me about it, kind of what you had just said, John, and I guess there's a whole another layer of it where the main picture that was posted of her, or one of the main pictures, had a Native American lady in the back who is also missing.
Oh shit.
And like they were talking about how nobody's talking about that lady that's missing.
What the
Or
fuck?
like the blonde white lady. It's like all over the news.
Yeah, that's kind of like the double part of the story. Is like they were saying this black fella, it's like a geologist, was out in like a similar area and he disappeared for like the last 3 weeks and they're not like presenting him on the news at all. And his dad's like running like a big like campaign on like where the fuck is he at, but like he gets no attention. But as soon as this 22-year-old blonde white girl goes, it's national fucking news. The FBI's got manhunts and whatnot. And I mean, that's kind of like where we're at in the world anyway. Motherfuckers
Totally.
don't really care. Motherfuckers don't really care about that type of shit. But a pretty blonde white girl, and it is mad sad what happened. Like, it is mad sad. And I think you think it's not. All right, so would you guys? Because it sounds like from the story, it sounds like his parents are kind of protecting him. So like he came to Florida, he lawyered up, and then he disappeared. The parents said he went to a preserve, but then they went and picked his car up the next day and then reported him missing the day after. So they didn't even report him missing until a day after they took the car home. So like obviously they knew he didn't need the wheel. So is that weird?
I mean, it sounds like it. They aid in whatever he's trying to do.
Yeah. Would you guys do that?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like parents gonna do whatever for their child.
Yeah.
So I mean, are you really surprised that the parents are helping?
I don't know. Would y'all do that? Would y'all aid your kid if they had killed his wife or lady?
I don't know. Like if the kid come? Do you think he came home and was like, "Yo"? You think the kid came home and said, "Yo, I just killed my girl"? I don't necessarily think he killed my girl. He probably came home and said, "Yo, some shit happened and she disappeared or ran off. They're gonna try and blame this on me and let's get them out of here." But like honestly, like if they've been living with the parents for like a year and a half and this guy's abusive, I'm sure that they've seen that kind of behavior throughout the year anyway. So they probably enabled it a bit
Yeah, they
before.
have some idea. So
I'm not.
that was true that they had lived together and for a while, and so they
Yeah,
probably knew. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. But I mean, on the flip side of it is like, if my kid comes home and goes, "Yo, this shit's looking bad," but like none of it's true, but I think it's all gonna fall on me. 100%, I'm getting them out of there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what
Yeah,
is the point, or what would your child have to do for you to have to turn them in?
Mm.
they'd have to be
Because
like on camera, or
that's probably
like,
like the wildest shit.
yeah,
Like,
I
could you
don't know
imagine
what
having to turn
situation
your
I'm
child in?
for murder.
Are you
Murder.
though?
Like that's
Are
what I'm
you
saying. Like I
really?
don't. No, I'm saying like if you're turning your kid in for murder, you're kind of turning his life over. Like yo, he's done forever. I don't know if I could necessarily do that.
He would have to be some type of like he might do this again or
A
she
serial
type
killer.
stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah, I
if
mean,
it was
I'm with Bree. So like if my kid was like a proven child molester or a rapist,
Okay. Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
I
more
probably
extreme. Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
if
He's
they
really
saying he killed somebody and I don't know, and he's saying he didn't, I'm taking his word for it.
yeah, same.
I'm taking his word for it, all the way until and I'm going to be one of those parents in denial. If they're saying they didn't do it, unless it's on tape, I believe them.
right.
Even if I don't believe, even if I
So I was about to say, even if you think they might, like, man, he a little crazy. He might have did that shit, but
yeah, I'm getting all my Drake shit and hiding the child.
yeah, you can't really. I mean, you can blame the parent, but at the end of the day, I don't think you can really blame the parent because most parents are going to do whatever they can for their child.
Sure, most parents will go into school and cap for their kids that they didn't deserve detention or the F. Like
Right,
parents are known to do that. That's what you
right,
do.
Mm-hmm. You
right.
beat somebody up in school, and they're like, "Oh, the other kid started it." You're like, you know damn well your son's aggressive as fuck.
Exactly. That's just instinct. You protect your own, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, at what age is it appropriate to have the birds and the
Sleep
bees
with.
talk?
Mm.
And did you guys get that talk?
Nah.
My talk
Same.
was like 2 sentences. I think I might
Use a
have shared
condom.
it before. My talk was Morris men are very potent.
Right.
That was the whole thing,
That was the talk. You can get somebody pregnant.
and it's true. So
I didn't get that. I think our generation was like too advanced. Like we knew about this shit already before
So
the
that yeah,
before a talk would even happen.
that's kind of where my conversation came from with a coworker. She was saying like, "Yo, like kids are so exposed to this shit now at an early age." Like she was saying like, "Should you have to talk at like 8 or 9?" And like
I
instinctively,
feel
I'm
like
like,
that's too late.
see, instinctively, I was like, "Man, that's young as fuck." But like 8 or 9, like you're already like you're watching TV, you already been all on the YouTube shit, like you already know kind of what's going on. So like,
You've
what are you
seen the
supposed to have?
movie or two,
Yeah, what are you supposed to have the sex talk with kids like at
right?
7?
But is that fucked up? We looking at it like that?
Yeah, and then like I was thinking on the flip side of it is like, yeah, you kind of want to have that talk with kids in case some shit happens to them, and they know like that's not it, like that's not a good thing as well, like. Because you think like the stats behind that shit is like nuts. Like I think it's 1 out of every 6 girls is sexually abused, and 1 out of like every 21 boys. So like if they don't know what's going on that aspect, like they don't even know to report that shit or tell you what's happening.
And
So do
then
you tell them early because of that?
what is the talk? What does the talk entail? Like
Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
the part I always wondered. Like, are you just talking strictly sex? Are you talking what these parts do? Are you talking what can happen? Are you talking what shouldn't happen? Like,
In my view, go ahead.
No, you got it.
In my view, this talk starts with how you teach them about their genitalia. You know, like some parents I know are inclined to refer to their kids' genitalia with little cute words. You know, but if you just call it what it is and you don't sexualize it from an early age, then you can have an easier time talking about its function. And I think you have to talk early. I think that if there's something you don't communicate about, again, you're setting up for failure. I'm for having it. I'm for talking about that, racism, like everything, because they're going to, like you guys said, they're going to learn about it.
You have a kid
And
though,
even
so you're
like-
planning on having the talk like early.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you have the talk or does M have the talk because you have a daughter?
I think we both have the talk because, again, I think if only mom has the talk, then that says something about men being included in the talk.
and do y'all even like remember the age where you're like aware, like, okay, I got this, and girls have this?
No.
Yeah.
I
No.
think the first time I even realized it, it's a wild story, but like in like I just remember being at a daycare. I don't remember what age I was. It might have been like kindergarten, like some after school shit. And I remember being in the sleeping bag, and a girl was like, "What do you have?" And I was like, "Huh?"
Jello.
He's like, "This nigga said no." But I was like, "What?" She was like, "What do you have?" I'm like, "Huh?" And she like, "What do you have?" I'm like, "Huh?" And then she pulled her pants down.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then she pulled her pants down, and she was like, "Okay, show me yours." And I was like,
Christ.
"Hold up!" But then I was like, "You don't have anything." I just remembered that. That's just what I remembered, and I was
I'm getting beat here.
like, that's like that's like my earliest memory of like recognizing like shit was like, oh shit, like. But I didn't like looking back because I mean for some reason I remember that, but I probably because I was like my first encounter, but at the time I didn't register like what was going on. I was just like, you ain't showing me nothing. Like I'm not
Yeah.
So it was just it was just
show me nothing.
But that was young, like kindergarten shit. So
dude,
mine was first grade.
Yeah, I remember it was pretty early. It was pretty early on.
It was first grade. I remember that shit very clearly. Yeah.
And what was it?
Yeah, you want to break it down?
If not, that's cool. If not, that's cool. I know my story's a little wild. But...
No.
You want to break it down? Really?
Let's just say I know how the people of Pompeii felt.
What?
I don't know.
It was burnt? What?
You got burnt in first grade, dog. like they should have gave you the talk early, dog. Jesus Christ.
No, that's not what I meant, but I see what you did.
Dog, yeah, I remember very early on, me and my brothers found my Step Pop's porno stash. That motherfucker had like 300 magazines, dog, daily subscription to Penthouse since like 1985. We found that shit and we got hip early. And then I remember my boy Benny, shout out to Benny, good guy. We were all clowning and we had to be like 7, 8, 9. And we was like, yo, Benny, like, what do girls have? And he was like, I know what girls have. Like, stop fucking playing with me, kind of. And we was like, nah, what do they have? And he was like, a women's penis, duh. And we all started geeking at him, dog, like just cracking the fuck up, dog. Like, But he was on par. He was like 8 years old. He should have thought like girls just have like a girl penis. I guess like fuck.
They kind of do.
Yeah, facts.
He wasn't
Facts.
wrong.
Like yeah, facts. It's like,
You got a point.
I can't frame it that way in my head during, but this is your
Benny
girl
was ahead of
penis.
the Benny was ahead of the game. Shout out, man. No, I mean that's gonna be an awkward talk to have with kids, though. Necessary talk, but awkward.
Yeah,
Girl penis.
like you said, I think what Flock said probably would be the best option is just to like identify parts. Like that probably make it way smoother. Like, do guys have this, girls have this,
Yeah,
and just I guess build from there.
yeah. You have a
When you bring sex into it, but identifying parts is definitely probably something you want to do early.
yeah. You have a vagina and penis. Like it's those words are like way less sexually. There's no sexualness in that.
Yeah,
So I think it's more comfortable to say.
yeah.
Agreed.
I feel that.
'Cause
No, go ahead, man.
no, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. What's going on with the border patrol shit, Flock? I know you're in depth on that one.
I am not in depth, but I was thinking that we were going to have this conversation, and I was talking to Em about it last night because I was maybe more liberal than I really am for a few years on immigration. I think that I'm starting to see maybe a little bit more than I first realized. Of course, not with like abusing people and whipping them.
So can you get like a quick breakdown? So like it looked like it sounds like a bunch of Haitian immigrants. I'm not sure how like they got over here in
15,000?
general. Yeah, to like cross the border, but a bunch of Haitian immigrants were trying to cross the border, and some videos and pictures popped up where Border Patrol was on like the horses with the whips, whipping them and kicking them down with the horses, and what's it called? And it was quite the uproar. And I was curious what you guys thought about it. And it sounds like you're about to deep dive, so have at it.
I don't have a deep dive. I have like, of course, don't whip anybody. That's just crazy. That's obvious. I don't know. I think there should be the rules. There should be some rules in place. You know, at first I was kind of on the side of we got enough room, we got enough money, let's take everybody in. I think you got to have some type of system. Our system is clearly screwed up and quite horrible, and it makes it impossible for anybody but people with a lot of money to get in. And as long as we have that system, then I can't blame anybody for what they're doing.
Fuck, you're making me a little sad. I don't know, honestly. You're kind of giving me the same vibes that I have for like Kamala Harris's statement where she came out like yesterday or 2 days ago and was like, yeah, they shouldn't have been whipping them, but like we'll have to look into it and I'll get to the bottom of it. Like she wasn't as fiery and as passionate as I thought she'd come out and be like, yeah, what the fuck is going on? Like that's like, bro, when we was doing like the Mexican detained like prison camps for crossing the border, the liberals and Democrats and Joe Biden and Kamala was drilling Donald Trump for that. Like, yo, this is inhumane.
Yeah.
This is fucking disgusting. We got them in cages. We got that. But now it's happening in a motherfucking democratic system or presidency. And we're literally watching these motherfuckers whip people on horses like it's fucking 1860. That is mad nasty, yo. That's fucking disgusting.
It's horrible.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, they were being kitsch early on. Politicians will put on a facade to make you think that they are who you want them to be, and then they change it later on.
I don't think there's any like fucking system where I'd see a white man riding a horse whipping a bunch of black people and be like, oh, like maybe they should have followed the fucking law. No, dog, that's just mad weird.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
I know that's not what you're saying, bro, but I was watching like Fox News and they had a big segment and basically it was like, yo, you got to follow the protocol. You can't just come over here into this country and whatnot. That shit's nasty, yo. That shit was gross.
Super gross. I'm not mad at the system being in place. Yeah, go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said, what do you think about it, man?
Oh, nah. For me, it's just one of the most bizarre scenes I've probably seen. I mean, besides cop killings, like, that's another one of those things, like, where it's like, what is going on? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that's really all I could say. Like, we whipping people on horses now. Like, people that's trying to get into the country. Like, it's easier way. Like, these people not coming in guns blazing. These people aren't attacking you. These people aren't causing any harm. If you're gonna detain them, detain them. But it's like we gonna herd these human beings up like cows, black, white, Asian, whatever. We gonna herd them up. Like, what's really going? Like, this? It's like I seen the one picture, the guys on the horse with the whip smiling, like he getting a kick out of this shit.
He's having a ball.
And these are the people that
Was it
work.
really?
These are the people that work for the government. So it's like, what is really going on? And it's not even like we gonna address the guy on the like address the people that's on. Why? First of all, why are these people on horses with whips? Where are they getting these whips from? Are these government issued whips? Like, what? Are you going to the shack to buy your own whip? Are you getting like you really getting a kick out of this? Like, what are we really doing? And it's
Fox News said that the whips are used to ride the horses.
I mean, come on now. Like, who believes that shit? Nobody's believing that shit.
Professional horse riders.
You know how to ride a horse. You know how to ride a horse. Motherfuckers win Kentucky Derbies. Don't whip their horse one time.
Well, they do have a stick that they hit them with, but
yeah, they got a little stick, but it's not a fucking 10-foot long whip. You guys think Joe Biden and Kamala are losing their base with shit like this?
I feel like they lost their base already, but beyond race issues, whether it be school, whether it be debt, whether it be whatever. I feel like they lost all the momentum they had.
Yeah, I'm like a big adamant of like with presidencies, it takes like a while, and usually you don't see like the change of presidencies until like after their first 4-year term or what they put into place. But like instant reaction to shit like this, like, and you don't really say too much or you come out kind of passive, I feel like you're losing your base pretty hard.
Whether or not there's a Democratic candidate that has unless they come with this amazing campaign, I think we'll have another one of those where X amount of people didn't vote and that caused whoever else to win. And I feel like that's about to happen again. Like, we about to get another president that everybody complains about, but there's nobody on the other side for you to want to vote for because they don't address anything they say they're going to do.
I mean, them motherfuckers came and ran on a social justice campaign, college debt campaign, and they came in and they didn't really do shit. And the first thing they did was backtrack on a lot of it. Biden went from like, yeah, maybe we'll cancel debt to like, nah, we're not canceling none of that shit.
So
shit
when
like
you
this
get a lot of
like shit's nuts.
When you get a lot of first-time voters like me, like, okay, y'all say y'all gonna do this. I don't have student debt, but I got a lot of friends, family, whatever that got it. I would like to see it going. Y'all can't even do that, but that's what y'all ran on. Y'all say, oh, we gonna address these police issues. Y'all haven't done anything to address these issues. So it's kind of like, okay, this is why I don't vote. This is exactly why I don't vote. And who's to say anything would have even been different if Trump won again? Like shit, maybe stimulus checks would have kept coming in.
I'll give this shit to like the Republicans. I don't fuck with them for the most part on their political issues, but at least they stick to their word with this shit. I mean, these motherfuckers canceled abortions before Joe Biden canceled student debt,
which is crazy.
What seems harder? Like what seems tougher to accomplish?
Has Joe Biden done anything about that? Like, you can't sign an executive order to say that's not right?
Well, it's a state, right? So he doesn't really have that jurisdiction to reach into the states, right?
So he can't do anything about that. You think the president of the United States can't do anything about that?
You can't hit an executive order and say, yo.
I mean, executive orders you can't just sign a piece of paper that says executive order and have it change a state's rules. That's the whole basis of our country, is the state is supposed to make rules for themselves, and then the government is supposed to have minimal interference.
They definitely suing the state, but I don't know if that's going to change. I don't know. I just feel like the things we seen Trump do, I feel like we don't see Biden. Like, I don't even know the last time I heard Biden talk. And maybe
I would
that's
say
me
this,
being ignorant to media,
yeah.
but I just haven't
Like,
seen it.
Like, don't get it fucked up. Biden is doing shit. Like, he signed mad executive orders when he came in, but Trump was kind of loud with his shit to like make it know where he stands and like what he feels about that. And I want, like, obviously Trump's a pussy and I don't fuck with him, but I want Biden or Kamala to come out passionate on like shit I care about. So if I see like Haitian immigrants getting fucking whipped because they're crossing a river, come out and say, yo, our immigration policy says a certain thing, but under no circumstances is it appropriate to whip people, and the people that are fucking whipping people in 2021 will get punished. Like, don't
Yeah.
be passive with your shit, dog. Be aggressive with that shit and be right with your fucking feelings or what your positions were, dog. These motherfuckers are like playing the middle ground too much, and I get the strategy, like appeal to everyone, but it's really doing the backwards effect. It's appealing to no one.
What do you guys think the rules of the border should be?
I mean, dog, I don't really. The border shit is
Honestly,
interesting.
Go ahead.
Like maybe I'm not mad at like the border having a tight policy, and like I feel like immigration probably should crack down because like if there is mad illegal immigrants and whatnot, but like the process of becoming a citizen is too hard. Like in general, like it's mad hard to become a citizen. So like they need to change something. Like, yeah, we could stay tough on the borders, but like make it at least like feasible to become a citizen here.
The thing I think of when I hear the immigrant situation is, what is the argument about keeping them out?
I think the
what's
main
the
one's
real
taxes.
argument?
Yeah,
But
it's
is it
definitely
really?
it's more.
Is it really like we don't even know where our tax dollars go?
I
Is it
think
really taxes?
that's
Well, if you
what
talk
they
to Trump,
say.
it's
Is I
because
think
we got the worst of the worst coming in.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, how often is it that you see an illegal immigrants come here to really try to change their life, change their families' lives? They come here to make money. They're not coming here to do, from what I understand, are illegal immigrants that I've came across. I haven't seen like, and that's just me, but I know them to come here to try to make better of a situation, whether it's back home or try to build a life here. I don't see the whole. I'm pretty sure it is criminals that come across and do whatever they do, but
I think
I
the
know
taxi
for a
shit is a
fact
legit concern, though.
what is
it's
when you guys see people that are homeless and panhandling? What's the race that you mostly see?
American.
I see people that I think are already citizens.
Okay, but when you say that, what do they? What is? It's a wild percentage, but what is the percentage that they're mentally ill,
Right.
or
I
they
think
just hustling? Honestly,
I just bring that up because I feel like the thought is that the people that are coming over that are illegal are just taking advantage of living for free. And I don't know if that's the case.
And yeah, I was about to say I don't even think they're living for free because they paying rent to an American,
And they go to the
They're
grocery store to
working-
pay taxes on their groceries.
paying taxes on their groceries. They working for Americans. As much as people say, "Oh, I don't want them in our country," people will hire them.
I think a legit
It'll be the
concern
same
is like
people that vote for Trump that are hire illegal immigrants because they know they could get them at cheaper rates.
I think like a legit concern, not legit concern, but I think like a big concern in conservative America and liberal America to an extent is like, yeah, like I think white people are really scared of being like outnumbered in general. Like they just don't want to be outnumbered. Like, so you bring a bunch of Hispanics in or different immigrants and like, yeah, like the day that the white population isn't the majority of population is a very scary day for most white people.
To me, the ironic part of it all is the country was built on immigrants.
Yeah, that's wild, right?
Everybody here is just immigrants. Like nobody here, or
And we brag
what we
about that
know,
shit too.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. The
American
people
dream.
people that came here aren't naturally from here. The majority of people that came here aren't I should say the majority of people that are here aren't naturally from here,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But
The
we
statue-
shame them.
The Statue of Liberty says, "Send me your poor and your downtrodden. Those who don't have a home, I'll take them in." It's on our Statue of Liberty, literally. Like that's our
Yeah.
founding principle. I was just thinking, like, okay, so 15,000 people were coming across the border.
Mhm.
If they got dispersed to the lower 48 states, right? That's 300 people a state. Can we handle that?
We could definitely handle that.
I think we got that.
Right. And I mean, like you said, it's not like you see them on the corner begging for money. You see them working. You see them trying to get jobs. You see them trying to do better for themselves. You see them coming here to work. You don't see them coming here for government assistance. It's just a immigration
That's
is a
always a funny
wild
stat too.
topic
That like
in our country.
it's always a funny stat that like yeah, like majority of people on government assistance are white as well. So it's like
But the mainstream media won't say that for whatever reason. I'm not going to dive into that, but we know what that is.
Yeah.
The it's just a wild situation because I don't see them complaining about, oh, they don't treat us good when we here. They keep their head down, obviously because they have to, and they get the fucking job done on providing for their family. They ain't doing nothing else but trying to provide.
Yeah.
While, like you said, Americans are in the corners asking for money.
And the fact that another thing that kind of ties into this is Puerto Rico, but that's basically a state in the United States, but we treat those people as if they're immigrants as well and they're illegal. And we don't help Puerto Rico one bit.
None of it makes sense, man. I mean, but that's America. America doesn't make sense.
Puerto Rico gave me COVID. I don't know if we should.
They didn't want you there anyway.
I was like, motherfuckers gave me COVID and kicked me home. You think like it's still like that old like kind of like generational idea of like yeah you need to get married first before have kids, or you think that's dead in our generation?
Mm.
Like I don't think people necessarily care about like getting married first before starting a family or anything like that anymore.
I did.
I think for a certain part of the population, it's still a thing.
Yeah, but is it like a majority thing?
That's hard to say, honestly, but probably not.
Because I don't necessarily like I don't necessarily know like a bunch of people like I know a bunch of people that got married, but I don't know a bunch of people that waited to start their family until they got married. And it wasn't taboo or weird like when people started having kids beforehand either. It wasn't like, oh, you're not married yet, I can't believe you're pregnant, or like you got a baby on the way, you better put a ring on her real quick. Like there's no shotgun weddings anymore.
Right.
I think that's worse. If you put a ring on her just because she has your kid.
Yeah, like what a weird concept.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, like, oh, you're pregnant. Let me hurry up and marry you and get financially tied to you for the rest of their life. So when we get divorced and we hate each other in 5 years, it's going to be a fucking mess. And we're going to teach our kids to hate each other. What a weird concept.
Yeah, I don't even know where that came from. Where did that even? I mean, I guess the Bible, maybe religion.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't supposed to fuck until you got married back in the day, right?
I mean, shit, they still say that shit now, but
yeah,
we're so far past. I feel like I don't know what generation it was, but somewhere along the lines, we just got disconnected. I feel like the information that we got now is just like, okay, like all this shit y'all taught us or was the way of life or whatever it is was bullshit.
Because we ended up knowing it was cat. That shit is crazy. You like they used to really like shame people like that would get pregnant and whatnot before marriage. Like they couldn't wear the white dresses or anything like that. Isn't that weird? Like wedding dresses are white, like it's symbolic, like that's what it's supposed to be. But like that really was just supposed to be like a representation of the girl being a virgin. That's fucking weird.
Purity.
Yeah,
like that's some weird shit in general.
Are wedding rings a weird thing to y'all?
Yes.
I feel like they're weird too.
Yes.
Are they?
Very weird.
You think so?
It's all marketing. All marketing. Other countries don't even wear weddings. That's really some American shit, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about like Western European countries like Western Europe?
I feel like just like how we create a value, like who's to say a diamond is worth X? Just like $1, who's to say that's worth X?
Mm.
We just put a value on it, and then it is what it is. Like, if you really think about it, that shit a rock. Something that from the earth. Like, you just picked up a rock, carved the fuck out of it, that shit shine, and that was worth $20,000.
It's only a limited supply of diamonds, so you just kind of like create this
Yeah,
supply
but
around
when
it.
you hear that, it's like, is it really a limited supply of diamonds when
I
every
think
married
so.
person has a fucking diamond? Like,
We're running out soon.
yeah, rappers got 15,000 diamonds around their neck,
Yeah.
but it's a limited supply though. Like, yo,
I
they
promise
might
this is the last one for years.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? I could see if they was really like, yo, it's only like
That's
2
some
million
exclusive shit.
diamonds in the world. Like, it's really only 2 million diamonds in the world. If you got diamond, it's only 2 million. Then you might got something. But come on, dog. Like, let's be serious. Like, it's really like, come on now. And now they got lab made diamonds. It's just a bunch of bullshit to get you to spend money at the end of the day. Which
I mean, what's so
all
appealing about a diamond anyway? Like, like I'm sure there's like plenty of shiny shit that looks cool.
Guess
yeah,
I can't tell Em that's why hers is so small.
it's a. I mean, it could be a status symbol. It could be a bunch of shit. We just made culture made it that way, honestly. And I mean, sad to say, but we probably all gonna follow suit with the shit.
Oh, we put a huge emphasis on looking like money. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like the appeal of looking like I'm successful.
And when you break it
like
down,
very
it's all marketing. All
Yeah,
marketing.
it's mad weird. Like, let me look like I'm doing well in life so people can think it. Who gives a fuck?
So when I thought of wedding rings, I was thinking of the fact that we wear them in general.
Yeah.
It's like showing ownership and like possessiveness. And I was reading that wedding rings weren't originally worn on your fingers. It was just like it was always a circle though. And like the
I feel like that's a
circle
negative
connected
take.
like, what'd you say?
I feel
On your
like that's just a
dick?
negative. That's just a negative take to have on wedding rings. Go ahead,
It's
though.
the truth, though.
Why does it have to be ownership and like possessiveness? Why can't it be like a sign of loyalty to one person? Like, it's not like the person's making you wear it. Like, you want to wear it. Like, you're letting
I think
everyone know, like, I'm loyal to this person.
From my understanding, it was created similar to like slave ownership, not necessarily in America, but in Egypt, when there was certain markings that you put on people to show who they belonged to and where they belonged. And like the men didn't have wedding rings for a long time. It was just the women.
So are you like anti-wedding ring?
I'm not, but it is dumb.
Yeah.
Take that John off, bro.
Fuck it.
Take that John off, bro.
Damn.
Throw that shit out. Throw that shit out. No, like everything that starts like there's a lot of shit that starts with like a negative a negative idea that turns into like something good and pure or something like with good intentions. A lot of shit starts out bad.
What about the fact that women change their last name but men don't? That's also weird to me.
I'm surprised. No.
Jake LaBarbera.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't get the hyphen, John, dog.
See, that's the thing. Honestly,
it wasn't even like you weren't even considered on it.
No, but I feel like that would be the right thing to do.
Now
Why
that
not
you
do
say
it? Lead the way.
that does make sense. Like both of y'all should have the same two last names.
Yeah, we're merging family lines.
Y'all a squad at that point.
Yeah. Why did she just change her name to mine and I kept mine? It's because I own her.
Right.
That's
you gotta start leading the pack with this kind of change, bro.
Same thing as boys should have vasectomies and girls shouldn't have birth control.
Sip to that one.
Yo, get a hyphen, bro. I'd get if I marry a John with a better last name than me, I'll change. I ain't got no fucking allegiance to my last name. I'll change that shit.
I just can't spell that well.
Give me a cool last name. I'll take it.
I definitely don't see it, but I don't see me doing that, but I think that's really because we've been taught by society like that's not the way to go. And
I would feel like less of a man.
Yeah, like you're mad
because
pussy.
society says it though. Only because like if it was a thing before we were born and like that's just how it was, we wouldn't give a fuck. But when you see a guy change their last name to a woman's, you like, what the fuck?
You soft.
Yeah,
you mad soft, dog.
which is fucked up because it's not even that deep. Maybe it is, but is it really that deep?
And even with that, like we got mad jokes to say, like when the girls call the shots, like, "Oh, I see who's wearing the pants in the relationship." Like we make that shit like a complete negative if you have a dominant girl or like a girl that leads the way. It's like completely negative. Like you're pussy, she's the man in the relationship, you're the wife, you're the bitch.
Same with the woman making more. Like all this shit is just taught by society. All this shit.
Yeah, and in reality, a lot of times the girls do be calling shots in them shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit fucked up. This is just the shit we've been taught though, and we stuck with. Wedding rings, last names, all that shit.
You guys want to do a fun topic? Or Flock, you got something?
Do I have something?
Yeah. Or Johnny, you got something?
Yeah, we did the Drake versus Mike Jack. We did the whip shit. What was the last one?
I think Fox got one.
DoorDash delivering alcohol. I don't know if that's, you know what I'm saying, the biggest topic, but
yeah, that'd be a random thought.
Like that'll turn us all into alkies.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what that's like.
Be convenient, dog. You're at a fucking party, you're running out of booze, dog, and now I can just order another bottle.
Oh yes, it's definitely gonna turn shit up.
Yeah, it's love.
So I was wondering, like, when you guys are watching adult films, do you wear headphones or do you just let it play with the loudspeakers? Like, you connect it to the most?
Yo, for a guy that like legit says like he doesn't watch porn at all, you have the most porn related fucking questions in my life, dog.
Because it's really funny to think about playing it over the loudspeakers, like just loud shit on the surround sound.
That would probably be an amazing experience, but I've never done it. I just let that shit play through the phone.
Me either. Yeah, me. Never hooked that shit up to my stereo system in my apartment. I never.
That's different. The big loud moans and shit. Big Mac.
The neighbors walking by like, oh, he getting busy. Yeah. Damn, he got a bitch in there. Yeah, yep.
It's crazy. Neighbors hear my name. Because I had a friend one time that his phone was still connected to the outside speakers of the house, and he went inside and said he was going to the bathroom, and
that's salty as shit. Like he was in the middle of like a hangout session, went for a dick beat. That's a weird friend. Like what made him so horny in the hangout friend with the boys that like Bree said a friend in quotes. It was Jake. It was Jake. It was Jake.
That's the last time.
I know this guy that kind of likes to watch porn on the low.
That's when I swore it off. Do you guys prefer like character development, like a little plot development?
Nah, get that shit the fuck out of here.
Really? You just like
shit the fuck out. I hate all the stepmom and like all that shit. That is weird. Why is that even a thing?
Doug, you ever see like Pornhub releases this John every year and it says like most searched Johns in each state?
Yeah.
Like most, it's always like step family, stepmom, and fucking cartoon.
It's always incest stuff.
Yeah. It's stepmom, it's like stepmom, stepfamily, and cartoon. Who the fuck is watching The Simpsons fuck and beating their meat off? Like that is a wild John, dog.
Wait, who's watching Stepmom? That's in the step family. That's weird.
Yeah, the stepmom's like obviously weird, but like cartoon shit is like
that's not even the real shit. I'm not here for cartoons. I don't want to see cartoons.
I could have drawn a picture.
Right.
Yeah, like I'd beat my dick off memory, dog. What do I need a cartoon for? What is what is the step family thing though? That is.
It feels like it's as close to incest as it gets, but why do people want that in general? Why do they want to get as close to that as possible? That's weird. Because it's taboo?
I don't know, man.
I have no idea.
I'm not big into like the big produced porn anyway.
Nah, fuck that. Nobody wants that shit. Give me the amateur shit. I don't want none of the pre-production.
See, I said that shit months ago. I said, dog, give me all homemade shit. And y'all motherfuckers clown me. I was like,
I've never said that.
Home
That's
video and shit. That's all he got.
I've never said that. I do not like the high production porn. That is whack.
I don't even know porn stars. I don't even know them bitches.
Nah, I do know porn stars, but I'm definitely not into that no high production bullshit.
Yeah, you got 7 lights and shit. I don't need to see everything, dog. Give me a little mystique. I want to feel like I videotaped it.
Exactly. I just want to know this shit authentic.
I think a backstory is necessary though. I gotta get to know you. What do you like? What do you do in your free time? Like,
when you get to the fucking,
you like them type Johns, like the interviews first, huh? you like the casting Johns. This motherfucker be watching porn. He be capping. Dog.
He be Flock be watching the one when the realtor come by. So you like this house? Oh, here's the room. Oh, let's see how the bed works. And then they just get in the fucking bed.
I want to know what they like. He do the interview, John. So what do you like? What are you into? This your first time? You a freaky ass boy, dog.
Once they start the video straight pounding, take it straight to pound.
Straight pounding.
I will.
I gotta do foreplay in real life. Yeah. I don't want that shit in my videos.
Right.
I'm grossed out if there's no backstory.
You guys see that video trending? Like a little viral, like last week, and it was a girl saying like it takes most girls like fucking 15 minutes to 45 minutes to warm up before you should fuck.
Damn.
And there was big reaction from like the guy community, like, yo, what the fuck? No, fuck out of here. And
I didn't see that. What was she trying to say?
She basically was saying like girls can't like just turn it on. Like they're not guys. Like it's not like they can just get their dick hard. Like it takes a little bit to like get their puss wet and be ready to go.
I think that's cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? 45 minutes?
She's at 15 to 45 to get them ready to go.
45 is a lot.
Yeah, fuck.
I've never ran into that before.
45 is like quite the back rub and the makeouts, but I'm definitely not anticipating that like I can just get a girl in the house and like because my dick's hard, she's ready to go either.
Nah.
Totally. But I feel like that shit starts early in the relationship, you know, like it begins way before the actual situation.
Right.
You
exactly.
know?
Yeah, you ain't just walking in the door after y'all had fucking
Chipotle.
Yeah, you ain't just That's
bro, I feel like you guys are like on the same page as the girl.
What?
Okay.
Once
you start sitting up with the bitch and you start like rubbing on her and like now you making out or like you doing little shit, if you count it in your head, that's at least 15 before you really get to any action.
I think the 45 fucked me and Flock up.
I mean, you might spend 15 on eating the puss, dog. So now it's 15, and before that, now you had 30 minutes, easy.
But you might get down there and that shit already wet.
Yeah, it should be. You
if it's
get
not,
a little excited, but now you really get shit going. What Flock say, dog?
Where's the timestamp? We gotta take that out.
Oh shit!
I think it begins at Chipotle though. If I count all that, I mean, it kind of does. You gotta, right? Like if
she just setting the tone, put the right music on the ride home.
Not like overly, but you're again back to that comfortable conversation. Like the person's got if you got to have everybody comfortable at Chipotle.
I don't know why you keep using Chipotle as a reference. I feel like that's like a weird pre-sex meal.
Yeah, it's just funny. That's the only reason I'm using it. Yeah. Ruby Tuesdays, like
like Applebee's or something.
Yeah,
like those little dollar margs.
Yeah, but 45 minutes from the initial physical contact.
Yeah, that's insane.
I would do it if I had to. I don't want to seem like that guy, but that's.
I don't know.
That seems like a while.
Does it? Yeah, I guess it's a lot.
45 minutes?
I'm just thinking in head, like when you sit on the couch and then you put the movie on, and then like as you transgress to like actual penetration time, I feel like that might be like around 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
If we can count that, putting the movie on, all that, I think that's fair.
Yeah, like that's all part of the warm up.
But I'm not ready to go when we're watching Shrek. Like, that's not.
I'm ready to go when we're watching Shrek.
I was like, Shrek ain't turning me off. I was like, I'm still going with Shrek playing. Dog.
You're just sitting there watching Shrek and Donkey go back and forth, just like a fucking rock. Like,
yeah. There's nothing better than having a good movie on, dog. Because if I'm about to bust too early, I start watching the movie, I can really lock in and focus. It's good vibes.
What about when they ask to turn the movie off?
Then I'm fucked. Then I'm
Feel
saying
like
the
when they say turn the movie off, it's about to go down.
turn the movie off. Then I'm saying the condom broke and I got to take a breather outside.
Did you guys see California passed a law that said if a girl takes a condom off without consent, then that's an offense?
How can a girl take a condom off without consent?
Like if they pull it off without you saying it's
And
okay too?
You stick it back in? Isn't
I
that
don't know about
consent?
sticking back, but just taking it off.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you have to put it back in once she like pulls it off, right?
Stealthing is what they called it.
I could see like how a guy could do that. I don't know how like that could work for a girl.
Yeah, you're gonna feel that.
Civil
Yeah.
offense to remove a condom during intercourse without a partner's consent.
Must be a lot of
Yeah.
people getting trapped in Cali for them to make that a law.
Wrapping the legs around your back, that shit's dangerous.
Oh yeah, that should be felony offense.
Calling Bill Bellamy
Murder one.
because I'm committing murder.
Facts. Double homicide.
Well, another clip I can't show anybody else. That's good.
You know me, dog. No, I saw a commercial on Walgreens the other day, and they said like Plan B now, like you can take it straight to self checkout, and it comes like it's not behind the counter, so you can go in like mad, like chill, like they're taking the stigma away from them. So I wanted to shout out like Walgreens. That's dope.
Shout out to Walgreens for
That is a
being
good thing.
helping out the
Yeah,
community.
I don't know if y'all buy condoms still or not, but man, like even getting close to 30, it is still uncomfortable buying them shits. Just for me, I don't know. Because then, like,
it was
you
always
think
weird. It was always weird.
weird as fuck. It's so
It
weird.
was always weird.
And it's like there's like a 58-year-old woman register, and like you're buying condoms, and you're like thinking like, what's she thinking? Like, oh, bro, about to get busy, or like, you feel me? Like,
This gives you a fist pump.
yeah,
Yeah.
tear that shit up. Where she's like, look at this fucking loser, he's fronting. He's buying them for fun.
Yeah. Imagine just going into Walgreens and buying them just to impress the cash shoppers.
Just to keep up your rep.
Going there once a week.
You buying condoms, you ain't using them. That's some funny shit.
That shit
Like,
is
yeah, this how I'm gonna get it right here. Yeah.
hilarious.
Walk up with a candle or two. Oh, he really setting the mood. Yeah.
See, I buy the candles with no condoms. It's cool.
There you go.
They're not gonna make the correlation, dog. He got a new crib.
Oh my God.
Oh, anyway, you guys think? I know both of you didn't watch this, but did you see JD and P Diddy go on Fat Joe's live last week?
I did watch it.
Oh, did you end up watching it?
Yeah, I did watch it. I was watching it. Yeah.
Ah, I didn't realize you were watching it. You didn't text
Yeah, I was
back.
watching it.
What a shocker!
I was tuned in. It was good. Just to see that shit, it was good.
Wait, John doesn't respond in the group chat?
I was I was watching it, but you can't on iPhone you can't really respond and watch because you don't want to miss shit. That shit was like too good like to click off.
Yeah, yep, that's what it was.
It was good shit.
So I'm still waiting for a text back from like 3 p.m. from John. Shit's
That's
fucked up.
cap. That's cap. Just like that.
He just popped up on the StreamYard like he hasn't texted back. Like, dog, what the fuck?
That's a damn lie.
He responds to his Gmail quicker. It's like, dog, what the fuck? Yo.
I just know at 6:30 I gotta respond to the Gmail on Wednesdays, man. Life is busy, man. Could be
He still don't
moving, man.
respond. Motherfucker say, yeah, you good for the pod tonight? He just throws a thumbs up. I'm like, dog. So yeah, that works.
I feel like it's the same time every week. We keep asking the same question every week. Like, yo, we got it. 6:30. It's good. We got it. We don't have to ask. Ask
Yeah.
every week. It's 6:30 for the past
Yeah,
year.
it's called being considerate, dog. We all have busy lives. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, I hit the thumbs up. 6:30. That's
Sorry
the time.
about that. Yeah, Bree, you're right, dude. We are waiting for a group chat response. That is crazy. What was that? 4 o'clock?
You're so
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't even see a Dylan response in this group chat. What are you talking about? Now
Yeah, I
I'm
was on
looking
the
at
phone with the person. So I haven't said the B word all day, dog. That's crazy. But anyway, dude, P. Diddy said he was going to choke JD. Yeah, did Jermaine Dupri look corny for not playing any songs, or you feel that?
Nah, that was whack.
Yeah, I thought it was whack too.
That was whack.
Yeah,
That was like they kept saying. It was a moment. That would have been a moment.
Yeah.
Because then that could have turned into a whole verses just off the whim, like on that at that moment. I feel like that shit would have been, because it was already fire. Even when he played the little 10 seconds of Confessions, I was like, oh shit, he played something. And then Diddy went back, and then it was like, damn, you're not gonna play no more. So yeah, that should have happened.
Diddy was a little drunk though.
Probably always is. I mean, you a billionaire, you doing whatever. It's like, all right, JD, let's do this right now. Because that's what it seemed like. Diddy wanted to smoke on sight.
It did seem like JD was really holding out for that versus check, which was like a little disappointing as well, because I figured he was like established enough to not give a fuck and just do it for the moment.
Yeah, the moment would have been insane. Insane.
And like he wasn't thinking long-sighted enough, because the moment would have generated enough buzz, like, for people to give him the respect he wanted anyway. Then he could have did a bunch of interviews behind it, did a little promo tour. So yeah, he might not have got that $200,000 check from Versus, but he would have got that back in streams and whatnot.
And just to remind people of what his catalog is, like, I'm pretty sure it's people that didn't know anything about what he wrote on Confessions, but just to remind people, like, no, I wrote this. Like, one of the greatest R&B albums of all time. That's me. But
yeah, I wrote the four.
Like, what the fuck?
I wrote the four main singles off Confessions and the four main songs off Mariah Carey's biggest album ever.
But for whatever reason, he decides to put that to the wayside. It's just like, come on, man.
Does his catalog match up with Puff Daddy's though?
I don't know, man.
I don't know if that would play out well in Versus, because he's got all the Biggie and all like the aggressive songs, and like, yeah, like the Mariah Carey and Usher shit slaps, but like not really in comparison.
I mean, from what I understand, Diddy was involved with Jodeci.
I don't think Diddy's playing like into that game though.
Nah, he played. What did he play for? Forever My Lady. He played the dinner thing, and that shit went crazy. It was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that should have been great, man. Those are the moments where you gotta just show up, man. And I feel like that was a moment where we could have got something great on a night that we didn't even expect it, and it could have been 1 million people in that damn live that night. It would have been something epic that we would have probably talked about for as long as we talked about probably more than any other verses, just because it happened. And if it was one of those, if you there, you there. If you know type moments, and I think it would have been cool for hip hop R&B culture.
Why didn't he play music? Is he waiting for a versus?
He said something. I didn't, and that's the thing. He had a reason, but after the moment, it's like, do you even care? Like, I don't care why you didn't play anything. Like, it happened, so you should have played it while you had us. Now it's like, all right, like Timbaland and Swiss Beats got on afterwards. It was like, yeah, he just made it 10 times harder for us to get this shit to happen now. But if the hype was there, like, oh, JD smoked Diddy, and Diddy's reading all this, he's probably gonna be like, oh shit, now I really need to battle this dude. But it looked like Diddy already won, so it's like, what does Diddy? Yeah, Diddy doesn't need to check. Obviously, like, what am I getting out of this situation at the end of the day?
There's been, obviously some big artists on the verses, but there's not anything bigger than playing Biggie records.
Nah, he played Hypnotized like 3 times. It was just like, okay, what you gonna play against this?
And it hit every time. And it was corny. Jermaine Dupri tried to take that flip, like, yo, like, I sell records, not alcohol. Who gives a fuck, bro? Like, you can't really stun on somebody for being a great businessman.
Right. What does that even mean? Yeah, he kept saying 10 million. Okay, I'm a billion. He said I sold 10 million records. Then he said, who? Then he just went to the argument where they say you always lose, but in that moment it felt like it wasn't a lose because he brought up sales. Mm-hmm. Well, who got more money, JD?
Yeah, facts.
And this is like, stop talking like that. Talk about the music. Keep it music. JD should have played what he had, which is amazing shit.
And even when Swiss came on and Tim came on and Swiss was like, bro, I would have just hit him with the I ain't never scared shit with Bone Crusher. Yeah, that's not like a top number 5 record, but yeah, that would have been good for the moment, dog. A good
Diddy
little mood,
even
dog.
played the Welcome to Atlanta remix. He played the Diddy verse. Like, just play something. It was just one of those moments where you like, damn, that
Yeah.
could have been something, but now it's gone, and we
Yeah.
not gonna care.
Diddy versus Dr. Dre, who wins?
That's tough.
Mm.
That's tough. That's tough. And I think, like Snoop said, I don't think Diddy would do it. I probably even more than JD. I want to see Diddy and Pharrell. Honestly, I'd want to see Diddy and anybody, because JD didn't live up to the moment, so it's like, why am I even entertaining this? You were scared on the live, like you talking about a check. I don't need the check. Neither one of us probably need the check. What are you talking about?
We both supposed to be rich as fuck. What are we talking about a check for?
Right. This is music. We talking about music. Play the music, and let's see what the fuck happens.
Diddy versus Dre might as well be just the East Coast versus West Coast versus.
Yeah,
I think Dre might have it.
He might. It will be close.
I mean, Dre's got the only shit that can match up with the Biggie shit. I mean, you could just rebuttal with the Tupac shit.
Dre got NWA. He got The Chronic. He got Tupac. Then you go Eminem. Then you go 50. Then you go Kendrick. It's just like you go anywhere. Like, it's just scary. But again, Diddy got.
That would be a crazy verse.
It would be incredible. It would be incredible.
Like, that would be a kind of genre where it'd be hard to pick 20, dog. You got to think you got at least 5 or 6 Tupac Johns, another 3 or 4 Snoop Dogg Johns at least, another 3 or 4 NWA Johns, like 3 or 4 50 Johns, 3 or 4 Eminem Johns. So many different fucking Johns, 3 or 4 Kendrick Johns you could play. There's some G-Unit, there's some Game in there. And that's just on like his camp shit. That's not even for the people that he produced for. Yeah, like that's not even for the people he produced for outside of his camp.
That's just rap. So it's
That's
like
crazy.
that shit would be insane. So yeah, I feel like JD missed the moment with that.
Fuck yeah.
Would have reminded a lot of people who he was.
People don't realize JD's got so much shit. That would have been a good like introduction to a lot of people to realize JD's on that level with the Dre's and the Diddy's and whatnot. And instead, it looked like he completely outplayed himself on that. And it looks like he wasn't in that tier when realistically he is.
Overthinking, man. Overthinking rather than living in the moment.
Did you guys see Drew Hill saying they would take anybody, including Boyz II Men and Jodeci?
I didn't even know Cisco was in Drew Hill until a few years ago. So I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't got them over Jodeci.
Not over Jodeci? Whatever. I could see them over, if anybody, Jodeci, but not Boyz II Men.
You could see him over Jodeci?
Out of the two, I feel like it might be Jodeci.
Especially if it was just Casey and JoJo, and then they decided to play Jodeci shit. It would get a little ugly.
You think so?
Yeah, that whole first and second Jodeci album, whatever the blue album is, when they got the blue cover and they all got the jean suits on, that should get ugly because that album has 0 skips. They could play the whole album for the first 10 fucking verses.
Is Cisco getting the Thong Song video off in these days?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
With like a bunch of Johns lined up with their ass out and he's just running over them in a sprint?
Yeah.
Just jumping from back to back.
He wasn't degrading in that song. I don't even know if
He wasn't degrading.
He wasn't degrading.
Literally running on top of them while they bent over.
Yeah, but Joe was like 5'1", so he wasn't putting no weight on
that
him.
much weight.
Yeah, it was hard. They ain't feel him. Felt like a masseuse.
That shit felt good.
Right.
I'm not mad at Cisco as a solo artist.
No? Did you have that cut?
Oh my god.
Anyway, what else you got?
What else do I have? I don't have anything else.
Random Thought It?
Yeah, I feel like
That
was a good episode.
Yeah, Random Thought It.
My random thought is about something I was telling y'all before the pod. So apparently our drones were tracking a family in Afghanistan that we thought was ISIS. And we thought the dad worked for ISIS. And the dad had a family of like 10 people that he was taking care of. A bunch of kids, like 6 kids. Son-in-law, his wife, people like that. And we decided to drone strike him. Blew the dude's truck up in his driveway of his house, and it turned out what we thought was stuff for ISIS was just a bunch of canteens carrying water for his family because it's rationed out.
That's fucked up.
And it killed a bunch of the kids.
That is
And
fucked up.
it killed the son-in-law. And now the whole family is on watch by the Taliban because they know that the dad was working for the Americans. He was a government contractor for us. And we haven't been to their house to say anything to them. We haven't tried to offer them any money, anything to make it right, any safety. We're just letting them rock out, and the truck is still sitting in their driveway, all burnt to a crisp.
Damn.
We don't give a fuck about nobody.
We don't.
No, never did.
We don't.
Never did. Ever since we put that tea in the ocean.
Yeah.
Ever since we put that tea in the ocean. Dude, Bree said the Nicki Minaj thing. You guys understand what's going on with the Nicki Minaj shit? Not last week. So last week she came out and said she wasn't going to get the vax, whatever, so-and-so, but she was going to get the vax. Yeah, she said she would get it, and then like people boycotted on her behalf, and her cousin caught the clap and his balls swelled or something like that. I don't fucking know. Whatever. More power to him. But there was one thing today where Nicki Minaj, you know how her husband like had that rape charge and he did a bid?
Yeah.
So the girl that he raped had came out and did a television interview today on The Real, which is like the John with the girl that was in Cheetah Girls and whatnot. It's a big like daytime like talk show. And the girl came out and said she's suing Nicki Minaj and her husband for like an intimidation. So basically what she's saying is that Nicki Minaj and her husband have been intimidating her and bribing her to like recant her story and say like that she was never raped, and they reached out to her and tried to pay her like 20 racks to say like, yo, take it back. And then when she refused to take it back, Nicki Minaj basically told her, well, that was 20,000 you could have had, but now it's on your head.
That would be stupid if she said that.
The girl sounded believable, bro.
That's just dumb.
That's stupid. The position Nicki's in, like, why are you even like?
And
if he did it, if he did it and you gonna stand by him like this, accept what he did. Like,
I think that's it.
He went to jail and everything, right?
Yeah, he did a bid.
Like, what is she trying to? Like, what are you at this point? What are you trying to prove? Like,
I think
if that's who you love and that's what you standing on, stand on it. But don't try. Like, that's fucked up, especially at the place she is and what people think she stand for, whether it's women's rights or whatever. It's like, what are we really doing at this point?
Yeah, I think like what it is because like since he got booked for it, did a bid, he's got to be a registered sex offender for the rest of his life. So that kind of fucks up international travel. Certain areas you can't live in or you got to register for and whatnot. So they really want her to recant that shit. But I mean, what a corny thing for a girl to do. But I'm guessing that like her husband's probably telling her like, yo, I didn't really do that. So she's probably really capping for her dude like, yo, let me try and clear his name and whatnot. But Nicki's been looking like she's off her rocker lately.
It's just surprising that she not like she talks to venues or she talks to anybody. She's got people to do her bidding for her. Why would she be?
Well, the girl said that she only called her once on the phone and offered to fly the family out and basically said, yo, I heard you could help me with this situation, so-and-so, and the girl refused. And when she refused, her people reached out to her. And, like, I guess her peoples have been, like, bamboozling her, like, rushing her with shit. So, fucked up situation. Random thought of the week. It is my brother and his wife's 3rd anniversary today for their wedding. So, shout-outs to Richie and Amanda. Classic wedding. Richie was dancing too hard doing the twist. He broke our grandma's hip on the dance floor, and they brung the ambulance in. They brung a stretcher, and then they lifted her out. And as she lifted out, everybody was cheering Ada, like Ada, Ada, Ada. Yeah. And then as she left, my little stepbrother Cake, shout out to Cakes, started to rumble with the bride's cousin, and he ended up stealing him in the hallway. Or his girl ended up stealing him in the hallway of the hotel, and then Cakes' mom ended up stealing Cakes, and then the cops came, and it was just a good wedding, and it happened to be the only wedding I ever brung a date to. I usually go solo, and what an awful call on my part. What an awful call on my part. But yeah, shout outs to Richie and Amanda.
Shout out to Rich and Amanda. Sound like an epic night, man. I don't think you should think it's a bad look. That'll be something that's remembered for life.
Forever.
And that's why you haven't been on a date since.
Traumatized.
That's the reason. Not anything else we want to try and paint on this podcast.
Yeah.
Random thought. Ben Simmons wants out of his Philly contract. If you sign a contract, whether it be business, sports, marriage, do you think you should live up to it?
I go back and forth on that because it's like, player empowerment. I'm with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sign a contract, you sign a contract, dog. Play through that shit. Like,
if you get married, do you think you should live through that too? Like, for better or for worse?
I feel like that's way different because there's a timeline on it. If I sign a marriage contract for 3 years, I'll stick the 3 years out, and then we can renegotiate after 3 years.
I should have done that.
Thank you. We're not happy after 3 years.
Marriage is the lifetime joint. I think that's why so many people take it so lightly. Like, we gonna get married, but we can get divorced. Do you think the option of divorce is the reason people get married? If they knew they couldn't get divorced, you think it would be a thing? Marriage would be as big as it is?
I think if people realized how hard divorce was and like how much it comes with that, I think less people would get married, as they are now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like our generation is pretty much on the damn, I think I really got to find the right one type of situation. Because who the fuck wants to get divorced?
And like, I don't understand why the government has to get involved in relationships.
That too.
Taxes.
Yeah, why do I have to get you involved in why do I have to sign paperwork and get you involved in all this different shit just because I'm trying to prove my love to my spouse?
Beats me, man. I ain't make the rules, but yeah, I'm wondering. Just a question.
Big anti-marriage pod. We don't fuck with wedding rings either.
Yeah, I don't mind the publicly professing your love in front of your family members and friends. I think that's pretty. That shows your sincerity.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. All right, boys, you want to do songs of the week or skip it?
I thought we were skipping it.
It's up to y'all. We could do it. It's up to y'all.
I mean, you ready, John?
Me.
I mean, I got a song if we doing it.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it. I'm gonna go with the J. Cole freestyle that he put out today.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. Why does J. Cole get so much hate? I don't understand it.
Thank you. You're a good driver.
Is that a cricket sound or?
What'd you say?
Here we go, right here. All right, this is J. Cole Heaven's EP.
My job is to make
We're gonna
college
let this
easy.
ad play because YouTube heavy ads now. But here we go.
Stacey, get this shit off. Yeah. Shit off my mind. Yeah. With every record, I be asking the masses to tune your hearts to me. I represent intelligent niggas that grew up partially. But lately I've been questioning, second guessing whether or not I've got something to offer since I done eluded poverty. Or has the money watered me down? That truth is hard for me. Like the second time I got cut from the junior varsity. Fighting back tears, I promised to switch gears and said to myself, whatever you do, you won't do it partially. From this day forward, I move with a new ferocity. Ferrari coupe velocity, a veil-proof philosophy. Success is in the effort, so if a nigga tried his hardest, I'm at peace, knowing God ain't dealing in this group of cars for me. Some people say that I'm running third, they threw the bronze at me. Behind Drake and Deep down, I'm afraid of my luminosity. So when you see me on red carpets, I'm moving awkwardly, posing all nervous, afraid of the judgment. And the thought of showing too much of my day is repugnant. I be keeping my kids away from the gaze of the public, cause these days it feel like hate is their favorite subject. Fuck it, attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK, aimed at your brain, violated, I bust it. I don't play when it come to family, that's one thing I refuse. Pimping they kids out for views, or just to be in the news, can never be me. I piss in a celebrity tea. God with me on this record, this is Heaven's EP. The tale's official, the best nigga breathing, it just failed to hit you. You couldn't tell cause you fell for the bells and whistles, and that's an area I don't excel. I'm from the Ville where young girls talk grown as hell. It's raw, never saw one person go to Yale, but every nigga that I know done gone to jail at least once, proving we the ones police hunt for the pains. We smoke 3 blunts the size of tree trunks. Too much hunger, it's no wonder these niggas can't keep up. So saying yes to a feature just means I'm about to eat lunch, bitch. I'm going for it, no never shall he punt. I'm the one and you can be sure. Speaking of beachfront, I'm kicking my feet up while I write this in somewhere tropical. Supposed to be relaxing, this passion makes that impossible. Supposed to be relaxing, this passion makes that impossible.
That's J. Cole, Heaven's EP. Never Mad at a Cole freestyle. Never Mad at a Cole freestyle.
Now, what's your thought? Jake, you up?
What do I do? Share screen?
Yep.
Yeah. And then just click the box.
Am I doing it right?
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm going to go MFTR off of Darkest Before the Dawn.
Great pick.
That's funny. I'm going push too.
Nice. Can't go wrong. It's a great album.
Great album, great artist. I'm
you
going
going
with Pusha T, featuring Kendrick, Nostalgia.
You wanna see a dead body? Instrumentals from my mama's Christmas party. Troubles on my mind. I still smell crime. My little brother crying. Smokers repeatedly buying my Sega Genesis. Either that or my auntie was stealing it. Hit the pipe and start feeling it. Ooh, we cut me some slack. We never did. that. This was different. Jeez Louise, please help me relax. Quantum physics could never show you the world I was in when I was 10. Back when 9 ounces had got you 10. And 9 times out of 10, niggas don't pay attention. And when there's tension in the air, nines come with extensions. My daddy turned a quarter piece to a
4.5.
Took a L, started selling soap fiends, bubble bath. Broke his nails, misusing his pinky to treat his nose. Shirt buttoned open, taco meat laying on his gold. I said, Daddy, one day I'ma get you right with 36 sips, 1,000 grams of cocaine, then your name will be rich. Now you can rack it up or sell it soft as leather interior. Drop some ice cubes in it, depot our perimeters. He said, son, how come you think you be my connect? I said, pops, your ass is washed up with all due respect. He said, well, nigga, then show me how it all makes sense. Go figure, motherfucker, every verse is a brick. Your son dope, nigga. Now reap what you sowed, nigga. Please reap what you sowed, nigga. I was born in 87, my granddaddy a legend. Now the same shit that y'all was smoking is my profession. Let's get it.
One of my favorite Kendrick verses.
Love that.
All right, boys. Good pod.
Great pod, man.
Yeah.
Great episode.
Catch you guys next week.
All right,
See
y'all.
you, man.